Today I will be discussing about insurance for middle classes. So, what do you think? Insurance is a scam or survival tool for middle class? Let's have a deep dive to understand this. Now, I want you to imagine that a person who is belonging to a lower class family and they they do not have insurance. They suddenly fell ill and go to hospital. They got the bill of 3 lakh. Everything will be wiped out because all of their savings will be finished, will be wiped out, or maybe he will be trapped in debt. Now I want you to imagine a situation for a middle class family who is educated. They are doing a corporate job. They are having good salary. Basically they have everything, which if you compare with that lower middle class family, that they were not having all these things. They were lacking in education, in corporate job, and they were not have a regular salary job. So middle class family generally assume that they are smart, they have insurance, they have safe. But one day they get sick, went to hospital, get admitted to a private hospital, and similar they get also bill of 3 lakh. She was very happy, or they were very happy because they were relaxed because they thought that I have insurance, so it's okay, insurance है ना, कुछ नहीं होगा. But when the reality hit, they got in shock. Why? Because insurance, when they claimed insurance company says that room rent limit exceeded, certain charges not covered, and co-payment is also applicable for this. And after calculating all this, they told that insurance will only able to cover your 2 lakh health expenditure, rest you have to pay. And what happened? Suddenly they realized that they were not fully protected through insurance. Now let's understand this situation, why this is happening. Is this because of their misunderstanding of insurance coverage, or is this because of their carelessness or bad luck? So if you think that this is their bad luck, this is not true. This is how system works. So when a insurance seller, when a insurance agent come to your house and ask you to, sir, I have this premium, and if you will be buying this insurance, you will get this much protection, health protection. Generally what we do, we generally have a blind faith on health insurance agent and buy that insurance premium. We also buy insurance policy which have low amount premium, and when you go with the cheap policy, or cheap is very negative term, let's say low cost premium, then you will lose the facilities, or it will come with certain restrictions. Because whenever we buy something which is low in cost, then the features then lots of features be missed, because market, this is how market works. Because when market company launch their any product to target middle middle class family, they limit certain features, because when you will try to buy something with certain features, you have to pay much money. So similar same concept apply with insurance also. If you want to buy insurance policy which is which have low premium amount, then this will come with certain restrictions. And these things, when insurance agent come, they give you 20-30 pages policy, insurance policies, and you don't even uh, think that I should read, I should understand, I should ask someone who have general knowledge of insurance. You don't do this generally, and because of this you have to face that circumstances, that when you claim that insurance company say that there is co-payment, there is limited hospital rent, hospital room rent. So limit is 3000 for hospital room rent, and you are staying in 5000 hospital rent, and according to that room, everything, even you have to pay for medicines, because insurance company generally says that everything works according to that situations. So what happened? What happened? Generally we think that we got cheated from the insurance company, but this is not true. This is technically, if we think that insurance company were right, because they give you certain policies pages document, and you haven't read that document. Now I was discussing about that room rent. Let's understand completely how this works. If your room rent limit is rupees 3000 per day, but you choose to stay in 5000 per day room rent in hospital, now what happened? Everything gets proportionally cut: doctor fees, surgery, and even medicine. you, I think you are surprised that even medicine, yes, even medicines, because apparently your hospital room decides your medical worth. So you buy low premium amount insurance policy, or there that comes with certain risks. Now when you stay in high pay room rent room, everything will be cut accordingly in proportion to that room. So, and sometimes there is a insurance nexus. So I was talking about co-payment. So insurance company has a tag with certain hospitals that, or conditions, that if you will visit this hospital, this much amount I will be paying, or except that hospital, if you will visit other hospital, you have to pay too much amount, or something else. So without understanding all these restrictions, we generally buy. And what happened? There is an insurance nexus. And how it works? hospital Hospitals generally inflate their bill. They write extra tests, extra charges, longer stays, and because guess what, someone else is paying, and you generally think that it's okay, insurance company will pay. They push back, cut claims, delay approvals. You were happy that insurance company will pay, it's okay, don't worry. But when you claim, when you go to pay that bill, what do insurance company do? They generally will tell you that there is some technical issue, so this will take some times. They will cut your claims, they will delay the approvals. And what happened? You are stuck in the middle. What should I do? So I was talking about two families, one who is middle class family and one who is lower class family. Lower class family have no insurance, financial, they face financial disasters, they suddenly fell into poverty. But middle class family were happy that they have insurance, they will not fall into poverty. But what happened that when you go to pay the bill, you have to pay still very heavy amount. And so what happened? So the real issue is not just about access to insurance. It's about design, it's about awareness, and it's about trust. How much you are paying attention to the company, to the insurance policy, the conditions when you were buying insurance. So because of this, sometimes middle class family got trapped into the middle, and they usually left with no option, no choice. So but they so generally what do you hear? क्लेम तो मिलता ही नहीं है, सब फ्रॉड है, कंपनी पैसे खा जाती है. So suddenly you realize that all companies are bad. But no, this is not true. Your experience is bad. And when you often frustrated after after facing that situation, it is enough to kill your trust. So what should we actually do? What's the real survival strategy? What should we do during buying that insurance plan? And only when you will think about all these questions, then you will come out about the questions that whether insurance is a scam or it's a survival strategy. As I have already discussed that cheap insurance means more restrictions, limited features, means you are not, and here you should be clear about insurance that you are not saving money, you are basically buying future problems. Because what we generally assume about insurance, that insurance is a bank type where we give some premium amount, and in future after 10 years, 20 years, we will get in multiplier of 100 times, 150 times. But this is not true. This is a basically safety net which you buy because you want to save yourself from future health debt. So what should you do when you buy a health policy, insurance policy? Read that how much the waiting period, how much the room rent limit, what is the network of hospital, which type of hospitals they are connected. And if you will ignore these things, you will have to regret it later. Now you should also understand about separate term insurance and health insurance. Term insurance generally protects your family after death, and health insurance protects you while alive. And mixing them is a generally classic mistake. So we generally see the advertisement of term insurance, Bajaj Life term insurance, that after when you will die you will get 2 crore, 3 crore in claims, and we generally buy that insurance. But this is not the safety net when you will be alive. It will protect your family when your death will occur. So what should you do? Buy health insurance, not term insurance. And even after buying that health insurance, always have an emergency fund, because generally insurance doesn't cover everything. Sometimes you have to pay co-payment. What is co-payment? Co-payment is generally a small amount or some percentage of your total health fee which you have to pay. After that your health insurance will be activated. So now we have understand both sides. No insurance means disasters, and wrong insurance means disappointment, which leaves us with the real conclusion: insurance is not a scam, but blind trust in insurance is a scam. So in India, people don't lose money because of disease, they lose it because they don't understand the system designed to protect them. Thank you.